eagerly awaiting part 2 of this time-teased drama. And according to Middlesbrough manager Lenny Lawrence, goalkeeper Ian Ironside arrived after his brilliant first leg performance, but the former Scarborough keeper still knows he's playing for his place every week. First choice Stephen Pears is still short of match fitness, so Ironside will look to keep another clean sheet in this rematch. He'll no doubt be pleased to have his skipper Alan Kernigan restored to the defence. The central defender ripped his neck before Saturday's game against Manchester United, but was past fit this morning. So too was Newcastle old boy John Hendry, so Jamie Pollock joins John Gittins on the bench. Newcastle's captain Gavin Peacock missed the first leg, but announced he was back when he scored the crucial second goal at Brentford that kept up United's spectacular winning start to the season. Peacock is one of the nearly men players and so nearly joined the Borough. New signing Robert Lee is of course the other. It's same again for Kevin Keegan, no changes from the live TV game on Sunday. It's a Newcastle side that will face surely its toughest test of the season so far. Tonight's referee, the very experienced Joe Worrell from Warrington. Well, the first leg had everything but goals, but we're assured of a winner tonight. It could even go to penalties, of course, but only if the scoreline remains goalless. An away goal would only count at the end of extra time. So everything's set for renewed hostilities between these two great rivals, and it's Middlesbrough who very definitely held sway here at Ayresome Park in recent years. Newcastle haven't won at Ayresome Park since Boxing Day '64. Kevin Scott knocking the free kick towards David Kelly, but it didn't reach him. Hooked forward there by Tommy Wright. Now Barry Venison knocking it into the middle. It was absolutely frenetic stuff in the midfield up at St James Park. Paul Wilkinson making a strong early run, but he'll struggle to keep that one in. Paul Wilkinson looking for a goal tonight, 5 goals in his first 5 games. There's Mickey Quinn with a moustache there down on the bench. Alan Kernigan, a lot of people surprised to see him in the lineup tonight. He had a very bad crick in his neck after the Manchester United game, but seems to have shrugged all that off. But now it's Newcastle breaking strongly. Kelly, Kernigan got a foot to it. Nicely knocked into the path of Slaven, but it didn't quite find him. Now Tommy Wright through the middle. Good first time pass to Wilkinson. Borough looking dangerous, and Tommy Wright just couldn't stretch, but it could go for Slaven, and Tommy Wright gets there. A really dangerous high-speed break from Middlesbrough with Slaven right on the end of it. Through for Peacock. It's a great run by Gavin Peacock. He's got Kelly in the middle. Good defending by Kernahan. He read it all the way. But again, that speed in and around the box from Newcastle. Clark. Venison. Peacock trying to keep the move going first time. Venison will get another chance. He finds Robert Lee. Beresford wants it in the left there, but Lee tried an effort himself with no real power. And perhaps Beresford might have been a better option. Robert Lee, of course, who may well have been playing his football in a red shirt of Middlesbrough. Lenny Lawrence thought he maybe might have got that deal wrapped up, but he chose Tyneside. Solid thumping tackle there in the midfield. Scott comes away with it. Kelly's little flick. One back by Peake. Now Hendry and Wilkinson, and Hendry and Wilkinson, and it hit Hendry on the backside. Wilkinson, well, no time to see the humour in the situation there, I feel. But another dangerous break from the Borough. Tommy Wright was really exposed. They were away through that middle. Newcastle caught square. Wright was already down on his knees. He came out, blocked well. Wilkinson, and it came back off Hendry. Well, Wilkinson searching for a goal tonight after a bit of a drought. Denied by his own player. Knock on there. Finds Robert Lee. Lee looking to knock that ball in. And it's right across the face of the goal. Again, an escape. Sheedy can't believe it. This time it was Ironside living dangerously. A great escape at either end within seconds almost. Lee held up to make that cross. Sheedy it was coming in on the far side. And how did that ball stay out? Well, if that is a taste of what's to come in the opening 12 minutes, we really are in for a bumper night's entertainment. Morris. Vernigan. Nobody will be wanting to make a mistake at the back, and that one pumped towards Beresford and straight back again. That was late. John Hendry, Vince Scott in no mood to accept any apologies, and Beresford caught that very least wanted to. And Hendry in the book for that one. Was by no means a great challenge from the former Newcastle player. In he goes, and he was miles late and miles high. There's a lot of comments you could make after that. I shall spare you all. Kelly wants it. Bit long towards Peacock. Kernigan first to it. Hendry gets the treatment there. A little bit of retribution, was it? And Joe Worrell deciding he is going to have no vendettas in this game. And Beresford, tit for tat booking, you could say. Two in the book, and Joe Worrell, one of the country's most experienced officials, when he's stamping down on any little side feuds this evening. And backed by Scott, who goes out wide for the return ball and gets it. Oh, nice play. Has he gone into trouble? Middlesbrough with a chance here, perhaps. And Slaven! It was Robbie Mustoe who beavered away to get that ball and got it across to the face of Tommy Wright's goal, where yet again it was Bernie Slaven who was waiting. A reward for persistence and a nice little touch by Mustoe. All along the ground, Slaven couldn't make up the distance. Knocks it forward for Slaven. Nice little touch there to keep possession. Morris lays it off now. Hendry knocks it in towards Wilkinson. Looking to just steer that ball around Tommy Wright. He was a good 10, 11 yards out from goal. Early ball from Hendry. Wilkinson always the target, but he was deep for that header. Lee. Clark with a run, it's fallen in his stride. Peake couldn't win it back, Clark still going. Little touch there for Sheedy, it's on his wrong foot. And cut out there by White. Sheedy popping up on the right there rather than his favourite left, but still getting that ball in and winning the corner. Phillips on the near post. They're back in numbers, Middlesbrough. Sheedy with the corner kick. Howie and Scott are up there for targets, but it'll never reach them. White with a second attempt. Lee Clark, one of football's more promising ball boys there. Sheedy knocks it in towards the near post and hooked clear. Phillips through for Wilkinson, Slaven in the middle. He'd edged forward. Newcastle playing that offside game. But now it's Kelly. He knew that Sheedy would be up there, but it didn't reach him. was a little bit careless by Morris. Now Beresford. Towards Kelly. Oh, I say, Ironside certainly didn't expect that. Not from Derek White anyway. Beresford got a chance to look up and see the run Peacock was making. White got to it, and right on that shoulder he landed. "15 minutes left in this first half. No score, no shortage of action though. Same old story from the first leg. Clark picks it up. Cut out by Phillips. So Jamie Pollock, the young substitute, is on in place of John Hendry, who was carrying a knock before today, only past fit late on. Peacock now picks it up, out wide for David Kelly. It's an awkward one curled in. Clark was in the middle, and Ironside extremely laid back about the way he came out for that one, or was it rather he was still carrying that right hip of his? Scott, not a very convincing clearance. Lee and Wright there battling. Denison, little touch for Lee. But Middlesbrough have won it back. Giving it away again though, straight away. And forward now for Lee Clark. Through two men. And a little touch there for Sheedy. And again, good chasing by Newcastle. Now Lee Clark. Peacock screaming for it. Peacock couldn't get there. Kernigan did. Peacock again quick to make up the ground, but so too was Kernigan. Great defending from the Borough skipper. Nothing wrong with that neck there, the way he contorted himself to make sure he got to that ball. Knocked in, but a poor corner this time. Lee Clark was away then, looking up all the time for what was going on in the middle. Dangerous ball played in, knowing Peacock was there, and Kernigan did well. Kernigan, not one of his better pieces of distribution. Kernigan backpedaling. Kelly now. It's falling well for Kelly. Superbly finished by David Kelly, and it's Newcastle who take the lead. First blood to Newcastle. That's what those fans think of it. A brilliant finish by David Kelly, streaking away from the Middlesbrough defence. Kernigan caught backpedaling, and Kelly was away. It fell comfortably for him, a little touch of the chest, and underneath Ironside. 1-0 to Newcastle. David Kelly watched this one all the way, that little touch, and the finish was A1. David Kelly, goal number 6 of the season, and at last, this deadlock has been broken. 6 minutes to go to half-time. It's Middlesbrough 0, Newcastle United 1. And it's the Division 1 team who've taken the lead and taken the initiative. And away goes Scott now. And now it's Middlesbrough from the Premier Division who've got all the problems. Absolutely up and dancing behind Ian Ironside's goal. There they are, ecstatic. Lenny Lawrence down there on the bench, not giving too much away. And he will not be at all pleased with that scoreline, knowing his team really have got it all to do now. That was a good shot there from Andy Peake. It was at some distance. Ball just bouncing up for Peake, and he volleyed it, and a yard or two wide. Forward for Tommy Wright. Now can Middlesbrough find something in stoppage time? And Wilkinson! That was a chance by Paul Wilkinson standards. A classic break from Middlesbrough and a classic cross from Tommy Wright. Hit early, hit deep. Wilkinson climbed, but over the top of that crossbar. That could so easily have been 1-1. And Wilkinson thinking it probably should have been. The half-time whistle then. Oh, what a superb opening 45 minutes of football. This man's strike, David Kelly, got the all-important first goal in this two-leg affair. Bourne the last time. The black and whites won down on Teesside. Boxing Day 1964. It was 11 games since they've managed to get a winning result. They're 45 minutes from one now. But Middlesbrough, no doubt, will have plenty to say about that. They've learned how to fight back throughout their promotion campaign and now in the Premier League. It's out wide for Newcastle at the moment, and Venison. And Newcastle looking to straightway get some momentum going. Venison inside for Robert Lee, and Lee Clark. Good tackle there from White. I expect the half-time interval has been spent with some fairly intensive treatment on Ian Ironside, who definitely seemed to be very uncomfortable down his right side after a nasty fall. Nice ball inside there for Kelly. Charged down. Kelly with another chance to knock it in. And Ironside collects that one. And again, that little stumble on his right side. He really is holding it. Phillips. White. And Morris took a little bit more of a telephone message before he actually made up that ground, and eventually when it was played he was 2 or 3 yards off it. Protesting his innocence. He's the man for a scrap, all right. But certainly Middlesbrough are going to have to find something rather more than mere competition to get a foothold back into this game. Now Venison brings the ball forward. Peacock pushed and shoved, but still keeping the move going, and back for Venison. Robert Lee. We've got a nudge from Derek White. And Phillips at full stretch. And nearly losing his balance, mainly because he was getting a bit of a nudge and a what have you from David Kelly. And that's what they think about it. They're certainly making their presence felt down here. White and Wilkinson. Has Wilkinson got away? He's got Slaven in the middle. You can't get much closer. Typical Wilkinson break. Watching it all the way over the top of Howie, who couldn't stretch. Wilkinson was onto it, sized up the angle, got it out of right's reach, but away from the post. And Wilkinson again the closest. Slaven was in the middle there, and he's still up there. Kelly's big up and under. Offside called against Bernie Slaven. A bit of confusion there, but finally Andy Peake knocking it forward. Venison straight away can return it. And one for Peacock to chase. White wouldn't let it get that far. Peake hooked square by Pollock, and Middlesbrough come forward. Howie under pressure, but coping with it superbly. Only been an education for Steve Howie so far this season. Only 20, remember. Holgate Enders really getting behind their team now. Into the middle for Wilkinson! 1-1! Wilkinson! He was too quick for the Newcastle defence then, and now the Holgate End erupts. They were caught cold, Newcastle, by that one. Jamie Pollock there, knocking the ball in quickly. Right checked, Wilkinson kept going. And that is 1-1. Jamie Pollock, a perfect cross, and Wilkinson ends that goal drought. 6 games without a goal, but he's got his 6th of the season now. And so much still to go for, and just what a view he's got of it all. Kelly out wide there. So much mobility in the front lines today. Kelly cross-field there to bring Beresford into play. Sheedy ahead of him, these two work together so well. And it's falling rather nicely for Beresford, but just cut out in time. Still Middlesbrough haven't got it completely clear. Newcastle do at least get the throw-in. Back in the thick of it there. Beresford drinking past one man, still going, but the foot was in there. Knocked in by Sheedy, and wide of the post, but it was a good jump there from David Kelly. Again, Newcastle doing well to carve out the opening. They've got the luck of the ball. It's bounced there, but the cross was in so quickly. Kelly getting in between the defenders, but not really getting his aim right. Now Tommy right through the middle. Just didn't bounce for him then. He could have done with it just running slightly away from him. It seemed to get a bit of backspin on it and come back at him, but the whistle might well have gone anyway. Scott and this one forward towards Kelly. Kelly jumping well for it. Kelly again. And not that far away. Maybe Kelly's season really is coming alight. Surely enjoying the best form of his career. Fell for him there, he watched it all the way, and just a slight slice on that volley, but not by a lot. Kelly always aware of where the ball might be going. Had it going his way then, as Kernaghan challenged, watched it come down, and hit it before it touched the ground. Wilkinson, Scott, knocked down there by Howie for Beresford. He's going to have to play it back, because that'll go into the cheap seats, as they say. Slaven turning, still Slaven going. Ryan it was who was back there. Slaven got away allowingly from the Newcastle viewpoint, so good at just making that yard or so of space for him in the most congested of areas. O'Brien now taking up a near post position. Newcastle are making substitution. Nicky Quinn comes on, and it's Kevin Sheedy who goes off, forward for a midfield player. Nicky Quinn, who's still looking for his first goal in a North East derby game, and that will mean probably that Gavin Peacock will move back into the midfield a little. But Middlesbrough have the corner kick. Wilkinson going for it and getting it, and again holding his head in his hands. He can't quite find the target with those headers. Not the first time he's jumped well, but again not quite able to get over the ball as he would have liked. Now Pollock, Wilkinson chasing, Wright is in the middle. This is a good looking break, and good defending there by Steve Howie, who stretched out a leg and cut that ball out with Tommy Wright waiting to receive. Wilkinson, a powerful piece of running. Newcastle now have the corner kick to deal with. Jimmy Phillips, the number 3 there, will go across to take it. He's one of the corner kick specialists. Phillips playing it short for Tommy Wright. Knocking the ball back in. Only a black and white shirt there, but it's fallen out for Andy Peake. Play on, says the referee. And again behind, this time by David Kelly. Quarter of an hour left. We're still looking for a winner. Slaven waiting for something to drop for him. And now Middlesbrough make their second substitution. John Gittins it is who's come on, and Andy Peake going off there. Kelly looking to make the run. Kernahan had to watch it all the way. Clark robbed by Gittins, who defended well there. It's given away to Peacock. Kernahan in despair there with his little mistake. Peacock attacking Morris. Good tackle that by the Middlesbrough fullback. Now Gittins. Again, he's wanting a bit too much time. One back again. Slaven and Scott scrapping away from every viewpoint. Now it's Newcastle who can bring it away. Crossfield for Venison and Robert Lee. Slaven picks it up. Howie did well to find Beresford, and was a long way forward considering they were under pressure. Good running by Lee Clark. Kelly wants it ahead of him. Kelly was unmarked. They're picked up now, and it was an awkward bounce, and Peacock and wide for Quinn, and there for O'Brien. What a goal from Liam O'Brien! That's a superb strike. Newcastle take the lead again. O'Brien, what a tremendous strike. They worked the opening, the touch was good. O'Brien wasted no time inside that post. Terrific finishing. Quinn's little layoff was inch perfect. Gittins taken out of it there, and he whacked that past Ironside. Liam O'Brien. 2-1 now to Newcastle. Gittins with a little touch on. Scott who got there first. Morris towards Wilkinson, and Gittins, and Tommy Wright hangs on to it. It was John Gittins, the substitute, who turned up then in the most advanced position. Gittins searching for that equaliser, not quite getting the touch on it he needed, and Wright was out for it. Lee winning it back. Lee again. And now Kelly away. Quinn is in the middle. Cut out there by Kernaghan. The Ironside forced to belt it away. Phillips, cut out by O'Brien, the hero, but now Gittins can, well, look for Wilkinson, but it didn't reach him. Now he made sure. Good ball through to Robert Lee, and Lee Clark, no offside. Kelly in the middle, Kelly, it's all over now for Middlesbrough, surely. David Kelly, so simple for him, but that is a knife right through the heart of Middlesbrough. Robert Lee Clark, a tremendous run. Slid the ball across there, Kelly was waiting, so simple, so lethal. Clark's running made it. Kelly saw the chance there. And Kelly, his second of the night. And Middlesbrough, last year's semi-finalists in this competition, look like going out to their great northeast rivals. We do have a free kick now, and really it would be the Loaves and Fishes' job now if they actually manage to claw their way out of this mess. Morris knocks it in again towards Wilkinson, and out for Phillips. Drilled in low, off target. Into stoppage time at the end of another pulsating 90 minutes. Oh, what a magnificent Tyne-Tees affair this has been. Both legs have produced 90 minutes of non-stop action, commitment, and finally here at Ayresome Park, goals. Scott. Venison. Venison knocks it in, and the flag has stayed down. Ironside can grab it. What a contrasting night for Ironside, the hero in the first leg and in the wars in the second leg. The Newcastle fans chant for Kevin Keegan. But plenty of heroes tonight for Newcastle. That's it. What an emphatic victory for Newcastle. David Kelly, the two-goal hero. After two superb games between these two teams, Liam O'Brien put Newcastle back on course with a magnificent shot. They're ecstatic there, those Tynesiders who travelled down the A19. Tremendous grin from O'Brien. It's a club record as well for Newcastle United. 17 games unbeaten, a record that stood for 83 years has gone on a night when everything has gone Newcastle's way. This season goes from good to better for Newcastle United. A tremendous Tyne-Tees confrontation ends with victory for Newcastle United. Middlesbrough 1, Newcastle United 3, a tremendous game.